Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Sandra and I make videos all about cybersecurity, having a career in technology, as well as work vlogs. And honestly, the past few months have been a little bit hectic, and I did want to give you guys just a little bit of a life update, just because I feel like I've been putting bits and pieces into my vlogs, but I don't feel like I've made one video talking about everything that is going on. And I would also love to learn more about what's going on in you guys' lives, what's changing, especially because it's getting closer to the fall, seasons are changing, and a lot of people are going back to the office. So I believe I will be one of those people, and I did want to just give you guys an update about going back to the office, my new team, travel, taking time off, and everything else that is changing right now. Okay, so the first big update, I guess, would be my new team. And I mentioned in my first Miami vlog that I would be switching to a new team, and you guys should definitely check out that video. I can link it below if you're interested. But basically, if you guys didn't know, I was part of a rotation program, which means that I was able to rotate to certain teams a certain number of times before I was able to choose my quote-unquote permanent team. And because of that, I did rotate through a few teams, and now I'm currently in my new team. And basically this team is kind of a cross between everything I did in my first team with coding and everything in my second team with testing, and it's kind of like wrapped up in one bubble, which is what I really love about this role. I actually just started about a week ago, so I don't really have that many details to share with you guys on what I do, but also a lot of it is more confidential, so I'm not going to be able to share as many details about the pieces and things that I'm working on. But I still do want to take you guys on that journey with me, and would really love to answer any questions that you might have that I can't answer. But so far, from what I've seen, this team is very process oriented, and it's also very well documented. So if you guys have worked in like a tech team or something like that, or a development team, you know that developers, don't always like to document things, or it's just like a task that you have to do versus something that you want to do. But in this team, it's very, very well documented, and we have documents and articles and things for everything. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of learning and reading that I have to do still. Right now I'm currently still in the training phase, but I think I am also picking up a lot faster compared to the other teams I've been on, just because I have more resources to learn from and study. And also just my manager is very open with what she expects from me, and that is also something that I really appreciate, because sometimes I don't always know what the expectations are going into the team. But in this one, I actually know exactly what my role is and everything, what I'm going to be picking up, what I'm going to be doing, everything I'm taking off other people's plates. And having that sense of clarity and focus, I guess, is really helpful in kind of helping me determine what I have to do to get my work done in a productive and efficient way. So yeah, I can definitely tell that this team is definitely more mature, because there are teams that you join in companies that might have like a startup vibe, and this one is definitely very process focused, and a lot of it also brings in your own creativity and what you think is the right thing to do, which is also something that I really appreciate, because you don't always have to go to your manager for approval for every small thing, because everything is kind of already out for you. You have the instructions, you have the processes, you have the articles that you can read basically. And now I'm rambling about the processes and stuff in my team, but basically I'm in a new team. I'm still going to be in the same location though, so I am going to be moving back to the city, which brings me really smoothly to my next topic, which is going back to the office. So I know everyone's company is different with this. I would love to hear you guys' kind of experiences with going back to the office, maybe doing a hybrid, or even with school. I think a lot of schools are in person now, but for the most part my company wants us to be back in the office. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of hybrid work situation, but for now all I know is that we're going back to the office in the fall, and that right now is something that I am planning for. So because of this, within the next month or two, we will be packing up, we will be getting rid of some stuff that we have here, donating it. We just have so much stuff accrued. It is just very cluttered. And the next step that goes into that is looking for our new apartment. So I don't know if anyone expected me to be buying a house or anything, but yeah, we are definitely renting for when we move back to the city, just because I don't think I would ever buy a house around that area. Gosh, houses are so expensive. You can get like the smallest, simplest house for like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, and I don't think I want to spend that much money on a house if I'm not 100% set on it yet. So definitely renting, and I actually like renting because I like the fact that someone can come in and fix my water, or I don't know, fix the sink from clogging and stuff like that. So I actually feel like renting is really good, if depending on what your finances look like. But of course, if you're having a family and you're trying to upgrade to a bigger house because you need it, then that's a different story. And for those of you who don't know, we used to do long distance, so we actually used to pay rent for 2 cities, 2 separate apartments, and that costed up to $4,500 a month, which is very, very, very pricey. And I don't want to do that anymore. So because of that, he is actually trying to transfer, and hopefully that gets approved, and then we will only have to pay 1 apartment's rent. And I think that would be very doable, split between 2 people. So I'm actually looking at either studios or 1 bedrooms. I don't really know yet. I think if we do have that flexibility to be able to work from home, I feel like a 1 bedroom would actually make more sense compared to a studio apartment, because if we're both working from home still, then it would kind of make no sense for us to, you know, have meetings in the same exact room, sleep and eat and live in the same 1 studio room. So yeah, we're giving it some thought right now, but that is kind of the mindset of us going back to the city. I don't really know what exactly work is going to look like, because the office that I work at isn't that packed, but there's a decent amount of people there. And also another thing is that my team actually is not in the same location as me. So because of that, even when I go into the office, I won't really be seeing my team, but I will be seeing other coworkers that I haven't seen in a year and a half. It's going to be pretty different, but I am kind of excited to, I don't know, maybe have more socializing at work. But then again, I have kind of learned to have a lot of one-on-ones, meet up with different people virtually. It's not like I just completely never talked to anyone after I started working from home, but that is definitely something that I'm kind of looking forward to. I don't know, our coffee breaks, meeting up with people, getting lunch together, sitting in, like, I don't know, the corner room and just eating lunch as a group. So that was really nice. And I'm really wondering how much of that will be the same if, you know, we have to wear masks and we have to be social distancing and everything like that, as well as just our desks being moved around potentially, because we did used to sit a little closer, I mean, cubicles. So yeah, so I am interested in seeing what they're doing with the whole office layout, but still very excited. But on top of that, the past year and a half has shown me that I do enjoy flexibility to be able to work from home when I want to, so, or when I have to, or when I feel like I need to. Like if there's a delivery coming or I have a dentist appointment that's closer to my apartment than work, then I would probably, you know, rather work from home, go to the dentist, and then come back and work from home. So I don't know if that flexibility is going to be there, but it would be definitely a nice to have. And of course, every company is different. I would love to hear how you guys are doing with going back to the office. Are you staying remote forever? Are you doing some kind of hybrid? And also all of these other variants that are coming out from the C19. I wonder how that is going to impact everything. But it seems like a lot of companies are pretty adamant right now on going back sometime in the fall or early 2022. Okay, so the next thing is going back to coding. And if you guys have been in my channel for, I don't know, more than a few months, you know that my background is from software development or software engineering, and before joining this cybersecurity world, I was mostly doing coding, and that is something that I think I'm kind of getting back to. So on my current team, I actually get to do some scripting, and it's been a long time since I've used any Python, and Python was never really my strongest language. I mostly used Java and C#, but in this new role, there are some tasks that need to be automated, and there are no other developers on the team. And since my manager knew that I had a development background, she did ask me to help her automate a few things, or one of the things I'm actually working on right now. So basically, I am kind of getting back into coding, and I also do some coding on the side, as you guys may or may not know. For a long time, I did kind of stop that because I was doing more focused things on pen testing, capture the flags, try hack me, those things. And I don't know, pen testing kind of just took over that coding part of my free time that I used to spend, I don't know, working on a website or learning data structures, or I don't know, taking a course. So because of that, I think now that I'm outside of that pen testing realm, I think I am kind of going back into coding, and I do want to keep those skills because I know how valuable coding is. So yeah, I am grateful that I have a role on the team that is actually able to let me code in my day job, but then I also want to go back to coding in my free time, but I also don't want to lose my skills in pen testing. So I might just start scripting or something, I don't know. Not in a malicious way, but just practicing maybe a bit more with JavaScript and Python. But I do want to go back to comfort area, or the things I'm better at, like Java and full stack development, preferably actually back end. I'm not the best with front end, but basically, yeah, I do want to start picking those things up again in my free time and at work. So maybe you guys might see more of those videos coming up if you guys are interested in coding, let me know, because I know a lot of you guys are focused on the security side of things. Don't worry, my team is still a security team, even though we are not focused as much on pen testing. It is a lot more of an analytical team. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to discuss with you guys is about taking time off. So if you guys didn't know, I recently took about a week and a half off and went to Florida, and this is also explained in my Miami vlog 1 and 2, which 1 and 2 will probably already be out by the time you see this video, so I will post both of those. But I was able to work 2 days from Miami because of this work from home flexibility, and a lot of my friends are also in the tech field. I did interview like 1 or 2 of them just about what they did. Like there's like front-end developers, back-end business analysts. I think I'm the only one in cybersecurity, but most of them are developers. So feel free to watch those videos if you guys are interested. And basically that was definitely a really big breath of fresh air, because I had not seen my friends in a year and a half, probably actually 2 years, and it was just really nice to get away. In Miami we were working from home, but I only worked 2 days, even though some people worked the whole week, so all of our schedules were different. But basically we all just did what we did, and then the second week basically we went to Key West, and then we went to Orlando for a few days and did the whole Disney Universal thing. That was actually my first vacation in 2 years. For those of you who have not taken a vacation, I hope you are trying to take one soon, because the past year and a half has been crazy, and you don't want to just let that anxiety and pressure and everything that is going on in life and work pent up in a way where you are eventually leading to burnout. And that is how I felt for a lot of 2020. Going into 2021, I did feel a lot better because I kind of knew that I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and this life wasn't going to be like this forever. So those feelings kind of went away, especially as I was planning this trip with friends. I don't know, I think a really good piece of advice is to take time for yourself, for your mental health, for your loved ones, because you never get that time back, and you might regret one day not taking the time to get away from work or get away from the day-to-day grind. And one day you're gonna look back and be like, hey, I missed out on that one thing or that one trip that my friends invited me to. And you know, looking back, I could have totally went. I could have taken a week off. I could have just given my work to someone else on my team. I don't know, there's so much flexibility in life, but a lot of us don't really see it all the time because we're just so heads down focused. But taking time away, looking at the bigger picture of life, and that life isn't just about work, it's also about your friends and family, enjoying yourself, enjoying your hobbies, spending time traveling, trying new things. Those are all part of life too, not just work. So I mean, I also feel like I need to hear that as much as you guys might if you guys are not taking vacations. But yeah, that's something I have a bigger appreciation for moving forward into, I guess, 2022, or I guess, yeah, the later half of 2021. Okay, so one more thing that goes into travel kind of is my plans on moving to a different country. And for those of you who don't know, I have had these plans since I started my corporate career, and I do want to live in a different country, or even if it's a short-term kind of thing. And by short-term, I don't mean just a few weeks, like going on vacation. I mean going for maybe 3 months minimum, and then staying there for maybe a year or 2. Yeah, I don't really know what that's gonna look like, how that's gonna impact my career, but that is something that I want for myself. And I know a lot of companies won't have that flexibility. They're not just gonna let me live overseas for, you know, an extended period of time, and I completely understand that. So in the next few years, I'm trying to see what the steps are to take that manifestation and bring it into reality, because I know not a lot of people get the chance to be able to have the flexibility to even move out of country or even out of state, honestly. And since I have that opportunity, and I really have a passion for travel, I want to be able to have that, especially in my 20s, because eventually if I'm, I don't know, gonna be older, later in my career, like having a family, you know, all these extra responsibilities that I don't have right now, I might as well do it now when I don't have to worry about having people rely on me at work as much compared to now as an individual contributor. So yeah, I'm basically trying to make those steps to work overseas. I don't know what the work situation is going to be like, if I'm going to be working for an international company or if I'm going to be working for a company from that country, or something that might be more for a digital nomad kind of thing, where I think I already told you guys that I was interested in doing some kind of consulting business on the side for myself for tech and cybersecurity and coding, or doing a contractor role, or doing some kind of part-time or freelance role in cybersecurity or tech. So basically all of these things could be an option. And of course I do want to focus on full-time gigs if I can. So basically I'm taking all that into consideration. Whatever works best, I think, is the path of least resistance will probably be my way to living abroad somewhere sometime in the future. If you guys have advice on doing this, if you guys have thought about this before, let me know, because I don't think I know about anyone else who is that interested in moving abroad, and especially to a country where I may not know the dialect. It probably will have to be some kind of international company that I have to still learn some elementary intermediate level for that country's language. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to learn a different language anyway, so it kind of works out that way. So yeah, if you guys have those kind of plans, let me know. I would love to discuss it with you. Okay, so those are kind of my main life updates right now, and everything else is kind of just small stuff. So these main 4 or 5 things I listed, I think, are kind of the main things that are driving my life forward right now. So I would really love to hear how you guys are doing, what you're incorporating into your life going back to the office, if you're going back to the office, and just, I don't know, how life is going, if you switch companies, if you switch teams. And I just really appreciate all of you for coming on this journey with me, and I'm so ecstatic about everything that's going on in this channel. I do want to focus more videos on career advice to make it a bit more, I guess, broad in terms of the kind of videos I can make, because right now I'm making mostly work vlogs and then cybersecurity topic videos. But I also do want to talk about career advice, dealing with your finances in your career, but I do want to meld it into kind of like a Gen Z, young millennial kind of experience, because no one really talks about a lot of this finance stuff, or how much you should put into your 401k, or I don't know, being able to save as much as you can in your early career to do what you want later in life. I do want to talk and expand on other topics on my channel, and I really hope you guys will join me for that journey. Definitely drop in the comments below any videos that you want to see from me. I am very happy to take them on. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I post videos every Wednesday at 2 p.m. and Sundays at 12 p.m. and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!